Interesting.
Rebooting.
Yo, Evie, hi Rush. Okay, I gotta go to dorms apparently. What the?
Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down
Continue
at the
current
vast.
class.
Whatever you prefer.
Oh, well, I take that to mean that we're live, so welcome in, you two. I was planning on streaming a little bit earlier, but my headphones were nearly dead, and I was like, I want to let it charge a little bit so that it doesn't, like, you know, die in the middle of the stream or something. It's at 30% now, so hopefully it lasts the... I don't know how long this quest is, but like 3 or 4 hours that, like, I think it's going to be. So, we'll see what happens. But anyway, as the title suggests, the plan is pretty much, like, marathon the quest. So, we'll see where we're able to end up.
Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to... Oh,
Yes, we're getting out of prison.
We're supposed to leave the Fortress of Mirapede. Come
So we gotta talk to the receptionist.
Please sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and due to...
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's hurry. Huh?
What's happening?
Earthquake?
I'm fine.
Let's go ask the Duke. Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that Monsieur Neuvillette set in place won't fail so easily.
So the fortress is okay?
So wait, is the chat display not working? Let me see. Should be. Oh, it's probably because okay, well, it should show up sooner or later.
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we... by the way...
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right! Today is our last day in prison! But now that Paimon says that... Oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now! Then be sure to come back and visit!
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us...
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed! No worries, you must be busy. Paimon was just...
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
Ah, fair.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Mirabine is finished. That we should probably go report to him now. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette?
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days.
Right. Off to the surface. Here.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Rather
Halt!
crowded.
Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you... Excuse me. Would you... I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands...
Everyone's so busy.
What's up?
Neuvillette!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but you'll have to wait for just a moment, as there are some urgent matters I must tend to first. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his...
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Mirapede.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Yes, it's jitters. Mystery solved. Go next.
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Tevat. Therefore, we can only assume that Child is presently immersed in primordial seawater.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment ago. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson. After the shaking stopped, the water levels in the Poisson area rose at an alarming rate.
The water levels rose?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. However, I still have a bad feeling about the whole phenomenon. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater, then the situation in Poisson may be much worse than it appears.
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need—
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. We must immediately formulate— I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Please be
Let's
careful.
go. On.
Oh no! What happened here? Navia should be around here, right?
There.
Fearless.
We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone.
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
I'll... I'm not young anymore.
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
Over there.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came.
Yes. As you can see, the
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to...
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg. He's pretty shaken up. When the water level rose, he desperately...
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll... I'm sorry.
This.
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. But before we knew it, water started pouring out from everywhere. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Some people didn't realize the danger and thought it was just ordinary water, leaking from somewhere. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic, desperately trying to get to higher... The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater, so the lower levels of Poisson are still hazardous. No one knows if this could happen again. All we can do for now is try our best.
How awful. And all of this just came out of nowhere.
It was quite frightening indeed. I only wish that everything that just happened was a bad dream.
Her retainers are gone
Is
dead,
there
I
any way we
imagine.
can help Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Yeah, so friendly.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
Sorry, I need to go for now.
And out she goes.
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. More support, of course. We should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to Traveler. Paimon,
Huh? Right now?
thank you.
Gotta do her story quest. Oh, get there probably from here.
Merciless. Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson...
Right. That's how things are now. The living are so exhausted that they've no strength to spare any words for the dead.
Navia? Navia, what's...
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver. They won't ever come back here again. What should I do, Papa?
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan, but still, I was the one who initiated it. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time. And they were caught in the seawater.
What should we do?
I've known them for so long. And I know they weren't afraid. But I could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just gone.
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd enjoy a glass of red wine in front of Master Callus's grave.
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me. I always want to bring something when I visit Papa. Perhaps we might even have a picnic. He wouldn't be angry, would he?
How could Master ever be upset with you, Demoiselle? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed, is it not?
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callus, Demoiselle.
Hey!
I'm quite serious. That way, it will save us both the trip to see each other whenever you visit your father's grave.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried on his other side?
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companions, no?
Personally, I believe we feel...
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I'd promised to let them rest in peace here. But here I am breaking that promise. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well...
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. But now that I think about it, that never solely relied on me. Many things can only be accomplished with someone else. Malus and Silver have helped me. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia. We'll stay with you.
Thank you. Right now, by the way, you can have a look at this. It's a list.
Obena, Khan. So, everyone else...
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. The overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right! Don't think that way, Navia. Malus and Silver were not the price for saving anyone.
You're right. What you said just now was...
Oh!
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Is everything going well on your side?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated, and we're prepared. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of.
Thank you.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently.
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. That doesn't quite fit this time. Besides, it never even crossed my mind that if thanks to the Knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui.
Which mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organizations to act forcefully. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such, do not be troubled by this token of our sincerity.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver.
Don't say that. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like trying to relieve pain by saying some noble-sounding words.
You're right. I'm sorry. Water is life to Fontaine's people, and it also spells disaster.
So, you're one who will...
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. I still have some things to take care of. By the way, Traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... This...
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. Traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the fortress of Meripede's sluice gate, and this time it was the water levels in Poisson. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearth's intelligence network with you. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration. Unexpectedly, this disaster struck.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny told me that outside of the house, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as... I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship with you to be.
Oh! That
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price. But since the children consider you family, it's...
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to...
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navi?
But are you sure you're up to exploring some...
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed while we still have a disaster on our hands. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Since you put it that way, I have no objections. All right, the ruins are to the...
Okay, the three of us will...
Right, off to the ruins then. Oh, that's at a annoying spot. That's fine. We shall travel there.
Merciless.
Oh, what's chasing me?
Fearless. So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about?
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in.
Just be careful.
Oh god, okay. Rush, are there any treasure chests in here that I gotta be on the lookout for? Oh, it doesn't look like I can even cross over there, so I assume not.
Rain cutter, know my sword. Rain outlines.
Don't think so? Okay. Oh, what the?
Floor here isn't safe.
Oh, there's one.
Know my sword.
This place has also been contaminated by primordial seawater.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any help for you. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. That complicates things.
In that case, do you...
The water levels here are unstable. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
All right. Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
I gotta go up here? Yeah. Oh, come on. There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till dark if I hadn't come to get you?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself, Malus.
Oh.
Yes, it would.
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh. It must have slipped my mind when I dozed. This is a familiar feeling, yet something's a little strange.
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. No, I'm fine. I was just trying to recall why we came.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had it.
We were headed to see how things were.
Ah, right.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you. I've been great. Thanks to your help, those bothersome merchants finally realized that I wasn't the one they were looking. They were knocking at my door day and night, even...
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down.
That's right.
Oh, yes. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety, and I don't know what we would have done without your help.
Did you cultivate them yourself? Thank you so much. I'll certainly take them. Malus, we do still have some empty flower pots at home, right?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants for some...
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, madam.
That's right.
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met. I've heard this name. And why are there so few people around here?
Yeah, it's one of the people who got
Where did
dissolved,
everyone
isn't it?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle. We still have important...
We do?
Well, now,
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been looking for you.
My trial?
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time.
Oh?
Huh. Wonder what's up.
Look, it's Nav...
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. Why are so many people here? And why do I have no recollection of this case? And as for the judge... huh?
please sit in the defendant's seat.
All right. But...
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering!
My dear Miss Navia, have you not... As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us, not only you, but your butler, your subordinates, nearly everyone in the...
Wait a minute.
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get... We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson, inextricably linked. And with you being so important, therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare you guilty, and you shall stay here. You will be together...
Huh? Everything you have said is correct. I haven't...
Oh, well...
How... I know all these people.
What
Why
is
are they
happening?
I seem to...
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
What's not right?
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty.
Guilty of what?
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep...
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mistress Ross...
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely... Please do not mistake her action.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. This is the nation. Even if Miss Navia only voluntarily rendered her assistance, that doesn't change the fact that everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. And in the end, now I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Have you forgotten how much you all once wronged?
Do you mean to defy?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that...
Demoiselle!
Silver, I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit—
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be— Don't let them escape!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to us. After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
Shit.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
She says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Navia.
Silence!
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Villette is here.
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense and cannot constitute a proper trial. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to lead this...
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that... this...
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
That was odd.
No, wait! Just a second!
Hey! Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive, and they were defending me at some insane trial.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare? Paimon...
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second, but they gave me the chance to retrieve you. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vache?
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect...
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all...
Why do you look so... Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type...
I merely thought that we should give Nav...
Huh? Why didn't again. Don't you
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these days. Her...
No way! Don't worry. She's doing...
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand the world of
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though...
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also...
He still doesn't know what to talk about. So, Neverlet.
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the nave, and we had a chat.
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you, but we thought you might still be busy.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
Oh, another one goes to class. Let's keep going then.
Up here? There wasn't any chest or anything down there, right? Okay, I hope not.
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
I gotta climb here, I'm guessing. Oh, what the? I cannot climb up. The fuck? I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead, but oh, never mind. I am. Fuck. Bro, what am I supposed to do there? I guess I gotta go up there. Bro. Oh my god. Final. Jesus.
Watch out! There are rock falls over here!
Nothing else over here.
Almost at the top. Keep it up!
Okay.
Yeah. Raincoat. Huh?
Merciless.
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place. There should not be any other hidden spaces.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates. It seems like they were put here as an offering.
Perhaps we should just leave them be for now.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate that should be in the first empty spot is missing.
The surrounding walls also show signs of damage.
There's something written below. Let Paimon see. Reason dictates that this nation be destroyed.
It feels like someone left these slates and these words here for a purpose.
That would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slates...
There's a person kneeling here. She seems so dedicated. And there's a whole bunch of other people behind her doing the same.
And is that Lady Farina in the 3rd image?
And is that a ring of people around?
The 4th image. I know this one. This exactly matches the content.
The people will all be dissolved into the waters. And more information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at these. This says that it's the history of the future.
I really...
Still, Paimon feels like...
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come before the 3rd, where the Hydro Archon herself falls into the water?
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but her appearance here does match the records. The previous Archon kneeling before the floating island in the skies, as if confessing a sin.
Did she herself commit that sin? And also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all. Judging from their contents, could this place be the origin of the problem?
But who would have created these...
It seems that any further clues will have to come from Farina.
In that case, there's no time to lose.
Yeah, we'd better get somewhere safe for now.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what's happening with the Spina. You know how...
You still have...
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work today. Traveler, I will go talk to Farina tomorrow morning to ask about... I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly?
She has long been harboring secrets, and will not give them up easily.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then.
I will be carefully
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you as... Alright.
Alright, time to go.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a...
Yay! And there's good food too! today.
Is that Mona?
Oh, that voice. Is that who I think it is?
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
Mona?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here.
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstadter surname?
Yeah, let's go with that.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan.
It isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in—
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name. Wait!
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I— Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice as great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great? That's so petty.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should—
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian.
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
How am I liking the story? It's good so far, although, like, we're not that far in.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's waters.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange all the same.
Why?
There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a— The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't—
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona? Just tell us what you think as an astrologist.
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune
Is there
of
a
the
new
whole world.
MSQ with the next school update? Yeah. Yes and no, in the sense that, like, I think there's a segue, which is like, technically it's not MSQ, but it's like a story quest that is related to the MSQ, if that makes any sense. Because, like, ever since 2.7, they've split it up so that, like, MSQs are, like, directly relevant to the mainline plot, and the segues, while they draw on things that were mentioned in the mainline plot, like, they're not explicitly, you know, progressing the main storyline as much as it is, like, you know, filling in the gaps in what's going on in the world or something like that, you know. So one of those segues is in next patch, but we don't have like a MSQ, MSQ. Hopefully that explains it somewhat.
I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but does such a person really exist?
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do something similar. Huh? Are you sure?
Yeah, basically, like the after story. I mean, we got the whole cyberpunk quest. Yeah, but that's not like, you know, they called it, what did they call that thing? I forget what the terminology they used in the live stream was, but like it's some like event quest sort of thing. But the one that I'm referring to is like the Lucilla quest. Where like, you know, they talked about how, well, actually I don't know if Martini's like caught up to the events of 3.3 yet, so I won't spoil anything, but it's kind of like a loose continuation of like the aftermath of what happened in 3.3. Because like obviously the next big thing is heading to like the new region, but we're not doing that in this one. We're exploring, okay, so the stuff in 3.3 happened, what happens next in the Highroy? So, you know, take that as you will.
All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face.
Thanks, Mona. You're amazing as always.
I don't think they wanted to do MSQ with Cyberpunk. I mean, yeah. But, you know, it's kind of like, what do you call it? Like, the main crisis when it comes to, the Highroy was resolved with the events of 3.3. So, whatever comes after, like, unless we're heading to a new place, which we now know is Mengzhou, doesn't really make sense, like, to do anything with the Highroy here. So, you know, in a lot of ways, like, it's a good thing that we're getting, like, a segue along with, like, an event quest instead of, like, an MSQ. It just wouldn't really fit chronologically here.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes,
Just
your
finished
praises are
that
quite
and now on
welcome.
to Hiyuki story stuff? Wait, if you're doing Hiyuki story stuff, then you've caught up with 3.2s, not 3.3s, I think. You're doing 3.3, but, like, you haven't finished it yet. Probably.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you! Of
Indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything...
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. If Paimon hadn't spoken for you, it'd be you getting all the weird looks. The things Paimon does for you. That's more like it. Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of... But it's time to get up, Traveler.
Time to go see No Fillet. Back here. Yeah, Siggy's 3.2. Which low-key, like, I gotta tell Jitters to catch up on like the main story, because like a bunch of the events depend on like doing 3.3 story quests, which is unfortunate, but you know, no getting around it, right?
You're here! Finally!
Is something wrong?
Monsieur Durvalette and Lady Farina, they seem...
Dispute.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent...
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must... Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know, but you found them...
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different images that seem to... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never...
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but...
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but just trust in me. You're Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Really, though?
That's all I have to say. We do not discuss the... Oh!
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was...
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Oh!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the base. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
So a trial?
Oh? Like what?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do we
We will need to consider this thoroughly. Join force... If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
Hope somewhere in.
Well,
Oh.
that's speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid
Oh,
of people.
Fatui.
That
All
naturally
fair.
makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most.
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me?
Then, how about you?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the... As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our...
Oh?
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned...
Huh? Didn't...
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice.
I see.
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go.
In that case, do any of you have experience?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right.
I've also gone...
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society. Taking a trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait, and our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the...
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you?
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more...
Calm and steady.
And I can be there
with discretion.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not...
That makes sense. But I do have one more question. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but...
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
Fair.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? So much. Paimon didn't think the meetings would go on. Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised. It's hard to say. Paimon doesn't have any After all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't you? Did you just pour some tea? Paimon didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea. I merely refrained from saying anything till now.
Huh?
Who's that voice?
Is it the Hexen's Oracle?
Huh. Have you forgotten me already?
Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, hmm? I fear that description is wrong, though not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. I sensed that confusion and thus came to you.
Is this
Guiding
Nicole?
people is an
Or is this
irresistible
someone
hobby
else?
of mine, after all. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim. The prophecy. Yes.
Age N.
What has been
I'm
prophesied
gonna assume this
will be
is Nicole
fulfilled.
then.
You may view such things as the history of the future.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed? Ah. So you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners, where the gods' gaze does not fall? Are the things that you shall see different from the fate that the gods perceive?
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others, you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
The voice. It's gone.
Not sure what to gather from that.
Hey, it's you who's...
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter. Fine, just fine. I went to take... Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her.
Did she have pink?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. I assume you've heard. I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important.
That's right! Paimon's glad...
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. I'll try again tonight, but... Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a scary group.
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand.
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though. Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for, and believe in, miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational. Perhaps that's what N was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone. I did originally think of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling, and I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said, but also kind of sad too. Hey, Traveler, Paimon suddenly... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. Huh? Our names are written in this newspaper. Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has my recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. A blonde adventurer with their white fairy. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery behind closed doors, do not journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet: the Traveler's Trail, World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos of us and we never even noticed her!
Stream is laggy? Huh. It's not laggy on my end, as far as I can tell. Oh, now it's yeah, I see it. Hmm. Alright, give me 1 second to try and reconnect. I know why it's happening, so give me 1 second. It's probably because I had like another thing running in the background. Okay, so if I close it, it should go back to normal, I think. Because like it looks fine on OBS, but like it's having issues going to like Twitch and YouTube and stuff. Alright, should be back to normal now, hopefully. Alright, let me know if it like acts up again.
At the fortress, so since we're easier to find, she's using us as the subject matter instead? Ugh, seriously? Well, fine. We're here! Paimon's hungry. Should we go in and get something to eat? Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it, despite the tense situation.
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
Wait, did he really say something?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me,
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing?
But why would it?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but...
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today. No, it's the same for eating in general. You might not be able to eat tomorrow, but if you can do so today, then you should carry on. That's what people call...
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have 2 more? These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to teach us things about humans. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily. Yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food.
I don't know if that's the only way, but sure.
I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try to stay in a good mood after eating, all right?
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. Paimon... It's more delicious than last time, and the flavor gets even better with a sip of tea.
Don't be sad, eat
sure
cake.
Would be nice if we could
Real.
come again tomorrow. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious food here. Oh, we're near the Seabird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
I mean, like, sure, I would be in a better mood if I ate cake, but like, it still doesn't like solve the root of the issue, you know? So, at least for me. Suppose that's what I have to do. What? Oh, I gotta do this thing? Well, okay then. That reminds me, it's been a while since I've had cake. Maybe I should go, looking for some. Quest for cake. Oh. Okay. That's done.
Wow! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Oh, ha! You've got some nerve! You just...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I heard that you were in Poisson some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It's all right, though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even...
Really?
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon.
Oh, Paimon knows you're not like that.
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden?
A friend of ours met you a while back, and when she mentioned it, we thought of coming to see you. Her name's Mona.
Ah, so you know Miss Mona as well. She's a guest columnist for our paper. So she mentioned me?
She said that you're a real...
Nice. In which case, can this...
Huh? So...
Oh, of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk about the...
Yeah, are we even...
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth...
Oh, in that...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor and... Ooh, so much to get done.
Wait, Charlotte, Paimon's still got a question for you.
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were
Paimon, enough
flooded
about the
tomorrow?
prophecy, man. Like, we can't be asking, like,
prophecy you're
every
talking
single
about, isn't
person we run into.
I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never... If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, so in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, and then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job. And I'd be proud, but anyway, that's my answer.
That's so nice.
Exactly, Martini.
Anyway, let's go and take a look at the sea, shall we? The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh? Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon should ask if you could choose. We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. We didn't have to either, with us always being... You mean, still traveling? Huh. Feels like it'll grow mold, but it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede.
So the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermont?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward you went to the Fortress of Meropede. Not at all. I'm well aware that your friends have... Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale...
A riot?
Well, that said, Lady Farina was watching a performance at the Opera House, loudly accusing her of doing nothing. And before she could respond, the crowd continued to grow and protest against the...
So people have started to put the blame on Farina. Guess they finally found an outlet.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is custom.
So what happened after that?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, the Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Farina had gone. Only when things had...
So, you...
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search for her, but we don't have any leads yet. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. She is good. Monsieur Nervillet sent me...
Don't worry, this is more than...
Is that so?
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Farina, she won't try to fix things in... And, as we also know, when Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonium, it would be hard for her to... Paimon thinks Farina's probably taken the opera... Huh! Well, what do you think? Paimon knows the answer, of course, but Paimon can do the analysis to back it up, too. Cool! In that case, there's none of...
Asian belongs VA? Maybe. Where's Poisson?
This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of death at station. Could Farina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Yep, she is here.
That's Farina, right over there.
Should I? What was meant to happen did happen after all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies? Who's that?
Don't worry, Farina. It's...
So it is you, blonde.
Farina, you were...
What do you mean, tear stains? Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? Did they even dare to tout their Archon? I must teach them a lesson. Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillette and those people from the Maréchaussée Phantom are freaking out right next to them, too.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Farina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabbit. That's against the rule.
Farina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up! This should be the place, right? Hey, Farina! There's a good hiding spot over here. Quick!
What?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine. I suppose haste is... I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they display.
Yep, that's a...
What's happening?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happened.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Nevertheless...
Yeah, but the people of Poisson... It's true. I've been I once had informants all over I've tried all kinds of ways too to hold back, but all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth, we cannot make an enemy of the divine. No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principle... Give up. I do love the sound of... Indeed. I've thought about giving up so much. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already... But just now, it all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms as long as the final moment. Don't worry. Well, that's enough for now. I got the info. Don't take any of what I just said serious.
Come on! Paimon...
Cher, that's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would... A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yeah. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show...
What the... Oh, we are at the trial.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes now. Without further ado...
So, this is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raid. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice.
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god? I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it.
What the heck is going on?
Wow.
Lady Farina.
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding.
Looking for excuses again?
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. I will admit, I'm sorry, everyone. You are not the only ones to be But now, I, Farina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time, applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous, mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine!
Woohoo! Oh, no! Why does it feel like Farina just took over the whole thing? Like, also, even though she's still acting super dramatic...
All right, then. Who?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Very well. So, please allow me to ask, just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn some. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, we arranged for a second group.
So, you mean the ones who scoured the settlement for me were—
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance
That's right. That house was a magic box.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the opera, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Areneas. It was an arc. My thanks, Farina. Without your help, we could never have pulled off such an extraordinary performance. Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the... We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a—
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can get you gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duel— Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage—
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. As for you, Traveler, you'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the— Oh? It's fine. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Madam Prosecutor, please allow me to pass. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here too! Hey! Oh, let Paimon see. Wait. Then that means this So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time we want to use something from our journey as evidence for— Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, alright?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel you took part in at the— I didn't think that you'd wind up getting— This is the first time, Monsieur— A Fatui Harbinger, the fortress of Merapi— According to Monsieur Neuvillette, I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, the words of someone as extraordinary as a wit—
Alright, I think I
The
get the
prosecution
picture.
and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on! Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. As of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god.
That's true, but my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Farina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going—
Charge accepted. Lady Farina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Farina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Farina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Farina
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either. Sure, Lady Farina can be—
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me. If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh? We have to know.
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. And if I was not the Archon...
Wait, this one?
First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended...
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave?
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity.
Neverlet sensed it too, huh?
Lady Farina.
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to...
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Even if I have been carrying a curse like you said, how does that... Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of a... For centuries, one need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house, or...
You tried to reference the Oratrice, but weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof? Otherwise, you should have come up...
Didn't I make myself clear at the time? The decisions of the...
Lady Farina, I believe a reminder of your current circumstances is while the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. While you are an Archon, you are also first and foremost the defendant. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against...
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric.
That was no trick of rhetoric, Lady Farina. I've made...
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operation. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by...
The real Hydro Archon. It is true that I did not know why but the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally. And you can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed, that the god behind it must also be...
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like she's confident that we won't be able to produce...
My power as an Archon.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it...
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people, and thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives.
Isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be, how could they give up all their power?
It seems like nobody's buying Farina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. I'm still the same Farina you knew, please.
If what the prosecutor said is true...
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our...
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence...
Wow, she came up with yet another... sound right.
Which one is it?
It has been established that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial.
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right here and now to eliminate all suspicions of you.
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, including those of... So, Miss Farina, if we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, touching the... But if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people to... I do hope you'll act prudently, and...
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson from...
If Lady Farina is indeed just a human, she...
Lady Farina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution. As it
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing to part...
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word.
What's going on? Is she real?
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Farina.
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! Will you believe me now? I really am your Archon!
Miss Siegeween? If you're present, Miss Siegeween.
Siege, don't be nervous.
Please announce the results of your
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Farina was displaying symptoms. She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater. The extent to which she was affected is the same as other humans when
Thank you, Miss Siegeween. Lady
Oh, wait. What did she just say?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, we did originally prepare a direct sample of the seawater around Poisson. However, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated and we don't want anyone else to...
Yeah, so out of regard for Farina's life, you secured a low concentration It's a great thing that the direct sample was...
I can't... Listen to me, everyone! Please don't think about it! How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can? Also, if I was... Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's...
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway her. She's too stacked against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Farina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Farina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique de... According to the judgment, of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale. Farina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice?
No. The Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus. The Hydro Archon, guilty, to be punished via the death sentence.
What? Where did that come from?
The death sentence?
That's actually one of the available sentences? I've always thought that it was just a myth.
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court, and it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice? What an unexpected twist.
Farina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice? We just wanted to use the trial to show her the seriousness of things so she...
This outcome is indeed quite strange. According to Fontaine's current definitions of justice, as well, is this sentence really appropriate for the...
Yeah! Even Fontaine wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the real evil mastermind...
Indeed. Not only is Farina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Farina has never been the Hydro... But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately invoked the title of the Hydro Archon. What does this mean?
That's strange.
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial
Fremine! You finally made it.
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigned...
Is it the missing first slate?
That the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately...
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the... But has the trial already concluded? Then...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me... Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slate.
Huh? So what do you see? What?
I believe I've now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? Oh, wait. So when you say Hydro Archon...
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this... However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of... The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power. Does that mean that Fontainians are transformed Oceanids? The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontainians were branded with their original sin. The third slate shows the Hydro Archon sinking into the sea, surrounded by many... That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontainians have been taught. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? That doesn't sound...
We know from the
yeah.
case of the serial disappearances of young women, and the first stone slate tells us that long ago, this might be the... Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened. The true sin of the high and the original sin cast down on the... It's not as simple as when Navia fell into the sea. Her consciousness was subject. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea. Could that... Prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater. If we hadn't dealt with it in time...
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea but won't cease to exist. Their essence will flow in the seawater. Convert... The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Perhaps this means that her sin was actually Fontaine's original sin. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was... The stone slate's contents can all be verified. It now, but then it feels like...
Let's hear them.
Incredible.
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as the evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater, and how all the girls Vacher dissolved were also turned into Oceanids. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial. All of them in the shape of Oceanids.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably anchored Celestia by creating humans without prior permission. That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty. It's to account...
The Hydro Archon's true...
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese.
Yeah! Isn't the image here just... So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea once the prophecy has been fulfilled in the fourth slate? In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters. And only the Hydro Archon will... Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know... However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, when we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the... Now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded... I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainian. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves, expressed to the Hydro Archon their desire to become of a similar kind. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, the Hydro Archon, as one of the seven, did not possess the authority to create a new form of human life. Not one to give in, she eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordials. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanids' blood vessels, creating human... But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. As a result, their forms would collapse, and they would be reverted to their original form. Of course, The Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people...
So you... That's way too much information for me. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be...
This really might be too much information.
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are... A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from... The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of Trials and Justice. Instead of being the literal element, the water in the scene symbolizes judgment and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who intended, therefore, the meaning that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes,
I think I'm following now. So, in truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what.
If that's the case, does that mean...
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fact about the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once
The
before.
whale? It's jitters, isn't it?
This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
It was both dream and reality.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside...
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
Jitters, it's all your fault. Uh-oh, he's coming. He's here. Jitters, smile for the camera. Do I have to fight this thing? Did bro just tell us we suck? Was that a thumbs down?
Wait, was that the huge whale you saw in your dream?
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It is a monster that has traversed the stars, weeping all the while. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. That is the main cause for the rising sea levels. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea, its next step will be
The people of Fontaine?
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians out of Oceanid.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontainians. Therefore, when it left the Primordial Sea, it decided...
We just barely managed to push it back, right? In that case, won't it come back to target the people again?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. Without him, the whale would have likely come onto land far sooner.
Damn. Milverlet, I wouldn't take that if I were you. The weakest Harbinger just boomed you. Like...
From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale. Anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the...
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the Primordial Sea's energy before we could notice it. At this point, it has become... Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive.
We've already done everything we can, and we've come so far.
Indeed. That's not how
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
That's not what Nicole said.
The prophecy. Yes. What has... Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Farina! No, I still need answers.
Who is that?
You...
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just...
You are not Farina.
Ah, the sweet sound of bewilderment. Marvelous. A sure sign that my attempt to deceive everyone was a resounding success.
Fusolo.
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness no. The heavenly principles.
Deceiving the...
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. Fontaine condemned to be flooded. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused when that problem was thrust upon me by my dearest predecessor. That's the former Hydro Archon Egeria for the uninitiated. It hardly gets more disastrous than a preordained national catastrophe, now does it? She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible situation that I found myself in. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over, alone on the ocean floor. I had to outwit the heavenly principles, allow the prophecy to be fulfilled, ostensibly at least. I'm a genius, I know. I can only assume that's why Egeria chose me as her successor. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving the nation, the quotidian duties of the Hydro Archon, and... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this, any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids?
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do, even now. In my eyes, to be human is to be after becoming a god. I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive and bewildered as my past self on her first day as a human being. The me you see before you now is that divinity. And the human counterpart I left behind, I named Farina. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. She could be as vain and conceited. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess. But in my eyes, Farina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in every way. Anyway, it's all part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly prince. Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? The Hydra Archon alone, weeping on her throne. In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Farina to be an actress, to play the part of the Hydro Archon in the prophecy. Under the curse I placed on her, so long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But nor was she free to live her life in the pursuit of happiness. Instead, she was forced to take the stage in the opera house, to embrace the role of leading lady, to forever play the part of the god from the prophecy, all to create a deceitful appearance of that. I suppose now you probably understand.
But Farina is only human. Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than that of any other ordinary human being.
Wait, so is the idea that, like, Rena dies, but the divinity lives, and then the divinity can bring everyone back? Or, like, what's up? I guess maybe we'll find out later on.
What she has had to endure.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, it's been 500 years, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely, and agonizingly painful opera of all time.
Okay.
Oh, who permitted you to come onto the stage? Now, I understand. All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be off with you. Do not distract me from my performance. I am Focalor, The eyes of countless Fontainians are upon me. I must, at all times, display the utmost elegance and nobility. Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough. Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards? Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Yeah. Farina. Farina. Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can this be?
Mirror you.
Mirror me.
The prophecy.
What prophecy? The people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain.
Oh.
What's going on? I can't see.
Yes, it will. And that is why.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die?
Oh, don't worry. Magical meetings exist in this world precisely to give people a chance to turn things around. I will tell you how to save everyone.
Oh, so there's still hope after. As for the suffering, well, but if the prophecy will come true, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one...
I suppose this would also be the justice.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing. Listen well. Fontaine has just lost its Hydro Archon. I need you to play a role.
Play as?
That's right. You must begin. If you can keep it up, then I shall have my way of defying this prophecy. But should your identity be revealed, then all hope will be lost.
But how will I do?
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. You simply need being a human yourself. Remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity.
So, how long?
To accomplish this mission, you will have to stay, but I promise you,
all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial.
A trial? Huh. The Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. What should I say to most appear like a god? Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. And I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. Indeed, I am Farina de Fontaine, your new Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god, but it will be my honor to guide you all. As the god Focalor, the god of justice, I shall do all within my power to lead you. Once again, thank you all for coming. If you should have any questions or suggestions, please send them to this. I thought I might stammer, but...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be a bit more...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen. She might just...
Wait, what's going on? Why is right? Mirmi said, calm down, Farina. Think. Assertive, with a strong sense of presence. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage and claim ownership. Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. Having passed my test, you are qualified to witness wondrous You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. Now then...
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Her personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before. Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful! Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. Best follow this flow and restart my accession speech. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, keep faith in your ardor for justice. We have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. Well, I say that justice is most fragrant when it blooms amid sin. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. On one side, it must carry fairness and justice. And may law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. Let us light the fires and drink to the future of Fontaine! There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve. So long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese, so long as I stand before the Oratrice, I shall even judge the gods of this world!
Lady Farina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for your perusal.
Come now, Was I not just at the Opera House in person? Besides, none of these
If I may be so
A magnificent, dramatic, and wondrous.
That's true. I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought, Lady Archon.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now, do your duties.
Lady Farina, I don't know what to say.
No need to thank me. Or rather, thank your own sense of perseverance. Oh, I'm afraid. All right. Deote...
He is doing much better now. In fact, he is far more of an ardent believer than I.
Oh, good. Very good. If this should happen again in the future, please do not hesitate to come and tell me. Going down to citizens' homes every so often.
You're such a gentle...
Lady Farina, here are the latest hydrological reports.
I see. It's as I thought then. As your god, I did already expect this, but I wanted to see how far your human wisdom would allow. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass. Forget it.
Well, as I understand it...
Really?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective...
Is that so? Well, no wonder. This issue... The day is finally over. I haven't had a moment to breathe this whole time. But it's good to see that everything's getting on track. Maybe this is fine.
Lady Farina, here are the new trial reports for...
There'll be no need for that. I've seen the...
Lady Farina,
Indeed, my dear.
Oh, the day
Lady
is
Farina,
past.
we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. I don't think I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Farina, it's like a dream being able to speak with you up close.
So this is roughly 500 years in, right? Because I think it said like 180k, which 365k is 1,000 years, so this should be around the present.
I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an...
And what a fine family yours is indeed. It brings me...
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god whose dominion is the water.
No wonder. No wonder.
So intense.
interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my want to tell someone? I've conducted so many investigations across the city. All I can do is keep heart.
Farina, you don't have to show, although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone.
Share. That's impossible.
It was, but even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, just share it with me.
A witness. And if Tevat is... She's right. I could confide in her, couldn't I?
But I'm technically not someone who should be in this world.
But if things don't play out as expected... No, Farina. You shouldn't be so... But what if... Farina, you've worked so hard for so long. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? If you let this opportunity think about it long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. I am for all you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness...
Fine.
So even Farina doesn't know the truth?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter, it seems that trusting humanity was the...
I believe that I understand how your deception works. How would you build on this foundation to save the people of Fontaine?
Ah, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the crux of the issue. I'm sure you've long sensed that the...
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice. It now seems that that person was you, hidden within the machine.
And then I became one with the Oratories, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would... Alas, your understanding... In truth, it is no enactor of justice. It is, in fact, a device created to kill the god of justice.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratories take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to enjoy peaceful repose while Farina suffered? My work over these last 500 years has been to constantly accumulate indemnitium within the Oratories. But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be, accumulated.
It was all a part of your plan, then?
Indeed. This power, accrued over 5 centuries, could have sustained Fontainians for millennia, had it only been used for that purpose. Almost all of but only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne, shaking the rules established by Celestia, and breaking through the institution that is the Seven.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Farina nor Focalor, but for the Hydro Archon. The destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your...
Returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet. Oh, what? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more, O Hydro Dragon Sovereign. And this is the face you make.
All you've done throughout the years is just so you can sacrifice yourself at the very end.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Even now, I'm quite pleased at how well my deception worked. Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possessed. I, for my part, am the god of justice. And is it not just that your original powers should be returned to you? Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, existence was Egeria's justice, and to me, justice is the continuation of that existence, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. That should be the justice enthroned over all others. At this point, we, whether it be myself or all other Fontainians, have shouldered the burden of this sin for far too long. Iudex Nervillet, the highest judge in our land, when you regain your full power as an elemental sovereign, what verdict shall you pass upon us?
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. And I have You are a devious one, Fussalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Nervillet. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Sit in peace, close Lord.
I, Eudex Nouvelet, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
So he can bring everyone back. Now that he has full authority again.
What just happened?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection?
But since we're all still alive...
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
Didn't you say just a moment ago?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. Through certain means, I now have the ability to separate the power of the Primordial Sea from that creature. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice. The root of the calamities befalling Fontaine. The beast that enacts the prophecy. Its name is the all-devouring Narwhal. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come.
Yes, its name is Shivers. Alright, Jitters, I'm sorry, bro, but you gotta go, man. You gotta go.
But how are we going to do that? It's huge!
I have already done my best to separate the power of the Primordial Sea.
Oh, fuck.
Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share a part of the ancient land. We shall look for an opening together.
Where the fuck? Oh.
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Can I hit it now? Okay, good. I can't hit it. Oh, fuck. No, 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 don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me.
The all-devouring Narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
I gotta attack it while it's doing its moves? Its attacks? Oh, fuck. Oh, what the hell? Oh shit, don't kill me.
Let me read you a verse.
Okay, maybe I should have bought Kokomi for this.
I have granted you my protection. Do not seize the moment and use my power to suppress its roots from within.
Oh!
Okay,
thank God.
Witness the might of the Primordial Sea.
It's Skirk.
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but... oh well. It was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. I didn't think that my disciple and my master's pet would start brawling in the meantime. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought. What a blunder. I suppose I'll have to swing my sword 3 million times as penance.
That power. Who are you exactly?
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak. But you, on the other hand, managed to defeat the all-devouring narwhal without using power from beyond this world.
To use the proper name here is...
So you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's not cooperative. It eats too much. And I have more important things to do with my time than pet sitting. The only thing that creature has going for it is its looks. All in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss...
The point...
Well, being that this pet almost... So what sort of person is your master?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did.
All swiping jitters. That's a good one.
His name is Sertologi.
The foul.
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing? Well, how about the Visionary? Vetterfulnir then? Or Gold Rhindaughter?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhindaughter's part of the Hexen Circle. She's obeyed us...
Oh, so you do know that name. But I suppose you understand now, yes? My master is likely a similar sort to Rhindaughter. They are both pursuing some form of perfection.
Wait! Didn't you also mention of...
Actually, never mind that. That the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Farina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
Hey! Help! Over here!
Ah, that's the vessel that Ryosley's been preparing, right? Yeah,
All
yeah.
hands, initiate emergency rescue.
Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
What's down here? Oh, they're helping rescue people? I see.
Look! The water's receding!
It is indeed.
It's a miracle!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
Are you alright? We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
The soil renewed. The Suite de Rasula talks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia. Spokesperson, old soil can still give birth to new bloom, Miss Navia. Skyship Winglet, lunar bane of the Fontaine. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin. People always call the first researcher mad, but few know what to call the second. And should that latter Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Jurier and Navia?
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The Steambird's idea was pretty simple. The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories...
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute. Didn't we want...
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the best.
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you...
Oh, this time will be different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress. Fearless. Navia!
Oh, it's you.
Hey, we're just having a look...
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here.
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snezhevich. He represented the Knave in sending us Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report? It's not...
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to...
That would be fine.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials. It'll be another hour before the workers are able to go over there.
Huh?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Farina. So she's here in Poisson to wait out the heat. All right.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson. The Spina has need of more decision makers. And
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions? You know, about how you felt.
forget it. I'm sure you can.
I see you're the same as always. Couldn't you do me a favor?
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let her off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo.
How did it go? Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more shots. All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to... Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections.
Wow, you really...
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the Fortress of...
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess.
That's a very...
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was... I told him that it was best not to speak too soon.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment.
Stay safe now. And tell me...
To the fortress, then.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic...
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the way...
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so... Miss Charlotte.
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier,
Sir, please don't say things like that.
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it. Might this interview be...
No, I just... This is my first time being...
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. And I'll be honest, I enjoyed chatting with you more. You've the boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Why, you recreate the still, if I might ask.
Looks like Charlotte's...
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Really? Well, then in that case...
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well, then, 2 solo photos will do.
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I can...
Ah, see...
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure. Come on, Miss...
Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship, it got a tad too much attention, I think.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through. We should direct more public opinions toward the behind-the-scenes heroes.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you too should have your day in the sun.
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh? Anyway, regarding that Harbinger, I'm not sure...
He sure did win them.
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually...
What change can there be? The fortune as to what Miss Farina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey, everyone. The photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day here.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be an...
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time.
Huh.
All right. Last stop, the docks.
All the way down here? Okay. Who's here, though? What, like Arlecchino's here or something? The lift is coming up, right? Okay, finally.
Merciless.
Yep, sure enough.
Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together.
Traveler, Paimon. Ah, and Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them. Or you could trick a friend into doing it for you.
Trick a friend?
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you...
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have...
Oh. Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to assist...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later Fremine himself. In the future, I think...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the first step. He'll become a part of our show eventually.
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment... Father says that you did a great deal during the latest events. She's very grateful for your contributions to Fontaine.
That's alright. We were more than...
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. After Lady Farina left, Father and Monsieur Nervillet opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a
diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first myself. It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child, or as thanks for his help in tying the all-devouring narwhal. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this...
I would agree, but I've also heard that...
So there's some...
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself. Ah, yes, speak...
Isn't he real busy? But back to the topic.
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds. I hear that the recent disaster really did a number on his health.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Huh. She's here.
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the Traveler by chance.
Are you going to take the gnosis back?
That is our duty as harbingers, yes. Don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but the entire world. With such a grand goal in mind, switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it. Thank you for keeping it safe for him this entire time.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh?
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I...
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magicians, and the sea breeze is quite pleasant. I shall continue my walk while the weather remains so agreeable. Farewell.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled...
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take what...
To move things about?
That's right. I guess this must be life. We will all follow our own paths. All right, then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so...
Well, guess we sent Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see?
Time to see Novelette.
Merciless. Fearless.
Go through there.
Fearless.
The entrance to the fortress! Ooh, he really is there! So, you really are here, Novelette! Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour of the day.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. He took the time to greet me earlier when he passed this way. In any case, you came at a good time. I was just considering reaching out to you.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remember. Alright, let's have it then. How was Fontaine?
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when it finally comes.
Whoa. So that's what happened? Fossilor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power to you. Transformed, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood, after the fashion in which life was first brought into being on this planet. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans.
I see.
And thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Fossilor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Your verdict was the key to making the prophecy appear to have come true while saving everyone. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Fossilor finally made...
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. At most, he would have asked for the judgment passed by the Oratree, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Fossilor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off. I cannot say.
Guess Fossilor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. Hang on a second. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
life has always flowed like water. Do you recall?
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Farina has already left. What's that?
Ah, Lady Farina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. After hearing them, she seemed neither saddened nor comforted. She simply said that she was tired and needed to rest. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the opera house, not unlike how an ordinary person might.
But she's...
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. The wear and tear on her spirit will, of course, take time to heal. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now that you've regained your full powers as the Hydro Dragon?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials. After much careful consideration, I've decided to take over its role in our courts. From now on, I shall hear cases and pass verdicts by myself.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the...
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power, as such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem, which is that the Opera House shall no longer
needs that
produce
energy.
indemnitium.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Arc. Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are...
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute. Another reason why I cannot quite leave Fontaine immediately.
Wow. This ancient...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this crisis. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at the Oratrice, has ceased to function. The Hydro Archon's divine throne is now no more, and I do not need the Gnosis's power. As such, it has lost all meaning. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now.
What complicated considerations?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlon. I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide. As far as I'm aware, Natlon can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlon have undergone... Natlon is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The Harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
Capitano.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer. Seriously, everywhere you look, there's a Fatui Harbinger doing their thing.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlon. In the meantime, Fontaine's doors will always be open to you. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. They are certainly sharp. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting... In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on.
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power. What it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. It's quite enough. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before. What was it again?
I do not know what you speak of.
Ah, of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third Descender on your person, yes?
Remains of the third Descender.
Remains?
Huh. According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me. But I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense, which is why there are so many problems in our attempts to communicate with humans. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts, and my reason for no longer wishing to return to the surface.
This third Descender you refer to, who are they? And when did they die?
Master never mentioned them to me. Perhaps it just wasn't that important for me to know. If you're interested, though, I could ask him. I'll be sure to pass the answer on to you next time.
Next time? You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I? He can be the messenger then.
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third Descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are. Paimon just thought they...
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play, that is what she meant to say.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you...
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping
Fair
it
enough.
here. I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third Descender. I wonder.
Like being... No, let's not think about this stuff right now. It just feels creepy. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third... That's what you say, but this can't be... Once child recovers, let's get some...
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when information is lacking. This...
Alright.
Yes. All...
But she sacrificed herself in the end as a god, and she suffered through all those...
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, they will one day return to the earth as raindrop. Life flows like water, and rain is the final answer. The water levels may sometimes tilt one way or another, but the rain falls fairly upon all. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?
And that's it seems. Sumeru? Wonder what this one is, but I guess we'll do that whenever the next time Extreme Story is, but we made it through. Alright. Well, roughly 3.5 hours? Not too bad. It's like an interlude. So the one after this, like, next one is Natland, right?
Where do we come from? And where are we going?
Oh, in any case, yeah, Natland? Okay, gotcha. Alright, well, thank you all for tuning in for my story playthrough. I will admit, Fontaine, like, as an arc, was pretty good. Alright. Well, with that out of the way, we probably won't do like an actual raid. We'll just like end normally. Not sure what I'll stream next time. Especially now that we're like done with the main Fontaine storyline. I don't know if I'll like do the interlude like off stream or something and then stream Natland like later on, or if I'm just gonna be stuck in retirement limbo for another couple years or something. We'll figure it out.
It will never perish.
I don't know, if enough people are interested in seeing it, then I'll run through like Natland story on stream. We shall see. Rush will drag you back? Nah. I will put bro in timeout. But anyways. Alright, thank you all for tuning in, guys. Next stream... Not sure what I'll do. Because, like, Endgame is not resetting, like, this upcoming Monday. So... Actually, there's probably a couple of accounts that I still need to do End-Save Matrix on. So I might do that on stream. Or if not, like, I'm pretty close to hitting Master Rank again in Champions, and the season, while it's not, like, super close to ending, it is ending, like, somewhat soon. So I might stream that, too. We'll figure it out. I can't stop you if I, like, literally time you out. Take a 24 hours, bro. Peter, bro, I never touched you. I literally took one look at the tutorial and I was like, nah, I'm good, bro. That's all you, man. That's all you. Anyways, gone for real this time. See you guys next stream, and hope everyone has a nice night. Take care, Martini, and thanks for staying along. Same to Rush and Evie.